Good morning, everybody. You are listening to K-Talk Radio, 1640 AM. This is the show, Utah Home Sweet Home. I am your host, Yoshi Shiraki, and our very special guest is Mom Biney. Did I say it right?
Mom Biney.
Okay.
Hi.
Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for allowing me to be here.
Yes. Now, Mom is an Olympian, which is super cool, because I think maybe... What is the percentage? Like 0.01 of people in the world ever get to be an Olympian?
I know it's very small. I don't know the percentage, but yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It is pretty crazy. I mean, it's smaller than you hear these percentages of people that become in the NBA players, right? And it's like 0.01 of college athletes go to professional sports, and becoming Olympians even less.
Because I mean, like, not to diminish like the NFL players or anything like that. Like, obviously, like, they're amazing and stuff, but I just feel like Olympians, like, we have like 4 years for one moment, or for 1 month, and then that's it, you know. So we have to like prepare ourselves every single day for that moment.
Absolutely.
But then like for football or basketball or whatever, like they have it every weekend, and then for like their championship they have it like once a year. Yeah. I don't really know anything about basketball or anything like that, so like don't quote me on that, but I just feel like being an Olympian is a little bit harder, but it's fine.
I know, I totally agree, because that's a great point. I never thought it in that way. Is, you know, the professional sports, they get to play every single year. Yeah. So if they have a bad year, next year they improve, they work harder. Mm-hmm. An Olympian has to wait 4 years, and they got age, time against them.
Yeah,
if they get older, then, this might not be where, next year I might not be able to compete.
Right, exactly.
It's not next year, it's 4 years.
Yeah, exactly. Which isn't fun, but
Yeah.
I think that's also the fun, cool part about it. So.
Yes, I agree. I have to admit that I don't watch a lot of TV, but when I do, it's usually every 2 years for 2 weeks straight, which is the summer and winter Olympic Games.
Yeah. yes, I love it. Yeah.
Because I'm addicted to watching greatness, and of course, watching the best athletes in the entire world compete in a 2-week span that they have to wait and prep for 4 years. Yeah. I mean, that is like awesome.
Oh man, like the mental part of it, the physical part of it, like there's so much.
Awesome. Well, let's dive into it, because I want to get into the mental and physical a little bit later, but Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, how you got started in speed skating?
Yeah. So I was born in Ghana, and I was supposed to come here to visit my dad for like 2 weeks max. And I was 5 years old, and I told my dad that like I didn't want to go back to Ghana. I wanted to stay in America because I loved it so much and all that fun stuff. And he like made plans to for me to like stay here permanently. Like at first he thought that I was just like kidding. And like she doesn't know what she's talking about. Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
But after he like made plans for me to stay here, we were living in Maryland at the time, but my dad was working in Reston, Virginia. Oh, okay. And so there's a rink like maybe like 2 minutes away from his work.
Oh, nice.
And so after like daycare or something like that, we were driving down like the road to go straight to to go to the rink. Yes. And we saw a sign that said "Learn to skate," and this is for figure skating. Yeah. And so my dad was like, I was in the backseat doing whatever, and my dad like asked me. No, I was like 5 years old, so I literally had no idea what he was talking about. He was like, "Oh, do you want to try this out?" And I'm like, "Yes, Daddy, whatever you say. I'll do it. I'm excited." And so then my dad like signed me up and all that fun stuff. And
awesome.
Like, I think like 6 months later, I was doing this was like I said for figure skating.
Yeah.
And so my figure skating coach, who's also a speed skating coach, told my dad like, "Oh, your daughter's going too fast figure skating. She should try speed skating." And so my dad was like, "I don't know what that is, but yeah, sure, let's go for it. Let's do it." And so my dad and I went to DC Ice in DC for I don't even know how long, like up until I was probably like 10 or something. Yeah. Every Saturday morning, and I would just skate to my heart's content. And then I got invited to go train with like a club team, Dominion. And then I started training there for about like 7-ish years, and then I came to Utah and started skating with the national team. So,
gotcha. And how old were you when you came to Utah?
17.
17. Yeah. Wow. By yourself with your dad?
No, by myself.
Wow.
Yeah. So and thankfully there was a family that took me in up in Park City.
Oh, nice.
So I lived with them up until the games.
Got it.
After the games, I like moved out and went to college and stuff. So,
gotcha.
Yeah.
How did that get orchestrated? Just through the world of figure skating someone or speed skating someone knew someone in Park City?
Basically that family, the Sorensens, they came to Virginia to skate with our club because their daughter's also a speed skater. And so they like my dad and them or me and my dad and them really got along, and my dad was like, oh, do you want her to be at your house for this amount of time? And they're like, yeah, bring her over. And so I consider them like part of my family because
nice.
they've done so much for me and my dad, so very grateful.
Very cool, very cool. And were you graduated from high school at this point? 17, you might have still been in high school, but...
Yeah, I was still in high school.
Okay.
I think I was in my senior year. Yeah, I was just starting my senior year. And so that was like a little hard because I wanted to obviously go to school with my friends and stuff, but at the same time I wanted to go to the Olympics.
Yeah.
So I had to choose one or the other, and I obviously chose the games.
Yeah.
And so my school understood, and so I just started doing classes online. So I took two classes. The only 2 classes I needed to graduate was math. No, it was history and writing.
Got it.
And so I finished that, and yeah, it was fun. My teachers were slightly I feel like they were kind of just wait, no way, she actually training for the game.
Yeah.
Stuff. That's insane, blah blah. And then as soon as I made the games, or as soon as I qualified for the games, they were like, oh, okay, this is actually real.
Yeah.
You don't have to do schoolwork for a month. And I was like, yes, thank you. So yeah, it was fun.
That is awesome. That's so cool. It's so funny. I wanted to ask J.R. Selski and Jonathan Garcia both this same question, but I forgot, and it just came to me.
Yeah.
And does speed skating speed translate to also being a fast sprinter? Because I was curious to see if JR and Jonathan were fast runners.
Yeah.
Or not really. I mean, your legs still have to move fast.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good question. Because I feel like for track and stuff, there's definitely a form that you have to do, and speed skaters just do not have that. Because I'm pretty sure for track you have to have your body straight up and stuff like that. But then for skating you have to hunch your back.
Sure.
And
squat the whole time.
Yeah, and squat the whole time.
So your legs are probably just more powerful.
Yeah. Than actually fast.
Yeah.
Obviously we have to have this fast twitch to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, for sure, 100%, any track star would completely demolish us if we ever ran that. So I cannot compare myself to any of the track athletes because no thanks. I hate running. I do not like it. So.
Gotcha. Excellent. Okay, so perfect.